line in turn 4. A squeeze to the outside wall. Trouble in the corner. Hard, vicious crash. Who gets through to win the race?
Multiple car crash, including Danica Patrick, among many others, here on the front straightaway. Brian Scott, the 21 of John West Townley. Collin Brown, the 31, is also in this mix of Stanton Barrett. That's what's left of the right front corner of Danica's car.
Yeah, this all developed in front of her. This crash did. She did a good job of avoiding most of it, but then just couldn't avoid all the cars in it.
Also in it is the 61 of Josh Wise.
Once again, just on the inside of Brendan.
Oh, look out!
Trouble.
Oh, and upside down is Earnhardt. This is going to be a mess.
Big spin behind us, wave him.
The 33 of Harvick, Joey Logano involved. More cars still spinning in this multiple car crash. Just that quick. Window net is down. Oh man, that car is just destroyed.
Well, it happens fast. Hard to tell exactly what happened right there.
Brendan Gaughan involved in it. And we are going to get a red flag situation. Pace cars pull down pit road here at the Bashas Supermarket 200. It is Kyle Busch again on the high side. As we go back to green, and just what you had talked about in our pre-race, Rusty, a huge 4, 5, 6, 7 car pileup right on the front straightaway. And you said it at the beginning of the broadcast, this happens more times than we care to think about.
It always happens. I mean, you can pretty well count every race. They're going to get excited and they're going to crash about 50 miles an hour, Randy.
I don't know what
amazing.
it is. It's just a pattern at this racetrack. It just looked like Mike Wallace waving at James Busher behind him. Oh, we got trouble.
No, look out. Carl Edwards turns, and we've got multi-cars into the wall. Leffler's involved in this. The 62 have gone. The 21 of Boyer.
I'm just ready to say something. I'm just ready to say something, yo.
Patrick Sheltra involved. The 16 of Collin Brown, the one thing he did not need because he's out of this seat. And we've got a car on fire down in the corner of turn 1, and it is Mike Wallace. He had a great beginning to this race. There's the damage to Stephen Wallace. There's what's left of the 60 of Carl Edwards.
Yep, for now, he's looking for more. Here he comes on that outside.
You can hear the crowd over the noise. Oh, crash coming down towards first finish. Kligerman's involved.
Caution's out.
The 16 of Collin Brown is involved.
7 is Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, Morgan Shepherd, Scott Lagasse.
It's a shame. Morgan Shepherd done a great job all day of running up in the lead pack. See, the 7, I don't think Steve Arpin hit anything.
Morgan was running 29th at the time of the crash. And you saw Kyle going a lap down. Now, the damage to the 7 of Arpin. Arpin had been running in the top 15.
Keselowski
got trouble now. Keselowski's got Logano on the high side. Look out, they're going to go around.
McMurray.
Been behind you.
Oh, big crash. Oh, and up into the wall. Look out. The caution is out. The race will finish. And it looks like Brad Keselowski is going to get the race win.
Bring it here. Bring it here.
We will check with NASCAR officials because of where the field would be set when the yellow came out. Unofficially, it looks like Brad Keselowski has taken the win, and a tough break for Kenny Wallace there.
Oh, it's good to see that right there.
That is Dennis Setzer as, boy, that car is torn up.
Right here. Here we go.
All right, we're going back to green flag racing this time.
Oh, no.
Look out, crash on the front straightaway. Clint gets collected. Oh, the 98 and the 99 of Trevor Bayne.
There's some hard licks right there.
McCumbee and the 09 also involved.
I'm not sure Clint Boyer didn't spin the tires on that restart.
Either that or could he have missed a gear? I mean, it just did not go like he did on the restart prior. And the damage for Trevor Bayne. Oh, and Casey Kane gets swept up in this mess as well.
There.
Man. Now this is a typical Dover crash right here. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Menard. Oh, there's one around. Scott in the 11 car back at turn 6. Oh,
Big
boy.
wreck.
Oh,
my goodness.
1, 2, 3,
It's out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars piled up at turn number 6.
And Collin Brown is involved in the 16 after staying on the lead lap.
This is just what Carl Edwards wanted, though. I mean, this caution flag is going to let him make it.
That's not just Carl. It's all those leaders that pit.
Jason Radcliffe request. His driver just gave it to him.
Oh, trouble on the front stretch.
Trouble on the front
They're
stretch.
wrecking behind us.
Ricky Stenhouse is involved. Several other cars involved. The 34 of Tony Raines, Mike Wallace involved. And I believe that the white flag was out before the caution came out. So this race will end under this caution.
And what a crazy finish. Wow.
No stick on the outside. Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line on the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. Oh, they touched. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
That's it. Checkered flag. Good job, man. You are the man. He deserves it. Good job.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys.
That was
Huge
ugly.
wreck behind you. Just
That
slow
was
it down.
ugly.
Slow it down. There's a big wreck here.
Big contact on Keselowski as the other cars racing to the finish came to the line. And Keselowski got spun around hard. And remember, this is a feeling that they didn't have last year. This race was run completely in the daylight hours, and a big time collision between Brian Keselowski in the 26 and Collin Brown. Mark Green in the 49 also involved, and Brendan Gaughan, who was having a great run after starting 25th, had worked his way up through the field. The 16 car is another one who went to a backup today after a qualifying crash. Collin Brown is going to be done.
Somehow we're making it through so far.
Oh,
no, we didn't. Further up. 3, 4. That's Allgaier.
She's out. Caution's out.
Oh, my. Look at this. Tony Raines, as it just stacks up there.
We got cars stacked on top of cars.
Dude.
See Brendan Gaughan there? That penalty's so costly to Harvick, he wouldn't have been back in that mess.
Not sure he got anything. He may have gotten stopped there. He just didn't have anywhere to go. It's not a very wide part of
They finally do complete that tire change, pulling away the fender.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
no.
And then stall the car. Logano's slow out of pit as he stalls the car. Caution on the racetrack.
Mike got a 5-car jam up out on the backside of the racetrack that has blocked the track for a moment. Robbie Gordon's in it.
And he's doing much, much better after that. As for Carl Edwards, well, you can see he's got a chase on his hands. Oh, we got a yellow flag on the track.
Well, we've got a lot of cars getting piled up right on the front straight, and there's no room to go for several of them. Stenhouse is involved in that, the 6, the 10 of Wimmer.
There's literally no way through this.
Jeff Green, the
Shelby
40
Howard,
was in
see
there.
that, guys? He got the big wreck last time here, and he's in it again. Turned around backwards at the start-finish line. What is it about the straightaways that they keep wrecking in?
Sean Case, the 39. There's Brendan Gaughan.
But I think this all started back.
2-car again, almost found the 99.
Well, there's some sense of urgency to get with your teammates.
Oh, look out! Here we go.
Man.
Right into the wall, McMurray. Kyle Busch is involved. The 66 and the 99 of Waltrip goes around. Oh, and another late hit right there with McMurray, and unable to get the car stopped. Jamie's okay, but obviously the car is not.
Your fault. We're done here, guys.
A lot of good cars torn up here. Man, it'll be interesting here the next few laps.
3 wide, look
Already.
out, contact
There we
the
go.
88.
That can't
He's
be good.
around, hits the wall once, another car spinning down the backstretch. That's Brian Scott, Ryan Truex, Brad Keselowski. He's involved. There's Almirola again into the wall. So quickly, the 5th caution comes out, and
I have a 33 clip, you.
boy, the 88 had a pretty good race car, but it's torn up now.
We just had such a mix of different cars that were.
On him. Now here comes Carl back on the low side.
Oh, Carl
he
slips a little.
Come on, he's sideways.
Oh, now he gets into Joey. Joey's into the bar, and the car's upside down. On this side is Clint.
Yellow's out. Yellow is out. Yellow is out.
Wallace gets into it. The 14 of Bliss gets into it. Red flag immediately.
Stop on the back. They want you to stop on the back.
They are stopping everyone on
He
the
got loose or
backstretch.
something. I just in the throttle. He got loose. I touched him, guys.
There's what's left of Keselowski's car. Window net down. He's okay. There's Joey with his net down. Clint Boyer is out. Boy, Boyer went up on his side. For a second, I thought he was going to go all the way over. And there is Stephen Wallace as he seems to be okay. It looks like Joey Logano has been so good at pushing, may end up winning. Oh, crash in the back. At the stripe, the win goes to Logano, and look at the carnage behind. We have got one car on fire. There's what's left of McMurray.
Okay, that was a big, hard crash. See parts laying everywhere. There's Mike Wallace. Got the winning net down.
2 races in a row for him to get crashed on the very last lap.
Murray,
Restrictor
same
plate.
thing.
4 to go. There goes Wallace around as he is hit with the 11. More contact as the 11 gets tagged by the 88. And we have carnage in turn number 2.
It's not like we couldn't see this coming. I mean, the drivers are getting more and more aggressive.
That's Andrew Ranger. He had just gotten back on the lead lap. There's what's left of Mike Wallace's car. Wallace was running 14th on the restart. They slid back. Look at this, 3 wide, coming up into turn 3. And look what happens. We have contact in turn 3 as well. The 11 of Brian Scott, the 7 of Danica Patrick. The 82 is also involved in that. That is Reed Sorensen. A logjam with
Left will really get loose there. Down in 1-2. Elliott's able to make that pass 2 at a time. Easy! No!
Oh, no!
What are you doing?
Left gets into him.
Oh, that's terrible.
And Almirola gets contact as well, and the caution is out. Clements gets involved.
So, Morgan Shepherd.
And the championship for Elliott Sadler might just be in a heap right now, as there is a red caution flag, and we may get a red flag here, we're being told.
That just started with Jason Leffler just dumping Elliott Sadler getting into 3. Man, that's just too bad for a lot of people.
It was a battle for 10th.
Trouble off turn 4. A dozen cars involved. Caution is out. That's Reed Sorensen. Casey Roderick in the 08. Mike Wallace, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Truex, and more.
It's a chain reaction that started way up front. So there's Denny Hamlin.
With pack racing, the history at Daytona has been the closer you get to the finish. Oh, look out! Contact! Hornish! Bumped by Reagan around in turn 4. Michael Annette slams the inside wall.
We're lined up 3 wide. Looked like 5 or 6 deep there.
I don't know how they made it as far as they did. Nemechek's destroyed too. You see David Reagan, his car's destroyed. Hornish got some damage.
Here we are, be ready.
Here comes Stewart in the 33 as Logano goes to the point. 3 wide in turn 4. A squeeze to the outside wall. Trouble in the corner. Hard, vicious crash. Who gets through to win the race? Caution flag has just been called. The race leader is James Busher in the 30 car. Unbelievable. A heavy crash in the final corner of the race. Kyle Busch's car. Brad Keselowski and his ability to push.
Well, he's getting a nice push from him.
Oh, trouble. Harvick's around.
Oh, got spun on the backstretch by the 43.
How many is it going to collect?
Hold the brake.
Oh, what a vicious crash. Eric McClure.
Get it around here.
see new names among the leaders. And I got to say that this type of racing, 3 wide, which is going to end up with, here we go,
The big one.
and we anticipated it, 3 wide wasn't going to last.
Nicole, I kept telling you.
You did. You were right. We just waited a little bit longer.
Look at the carnage. The accident happening right at the front of that big snarling pack. 3 wide, maybe 4 wide, gone wrong in turn 2.
Yeah, I think this might have come as the leaders were trying to make a swap there.
Clint Boyer, James Busher, Mike Wallace.
There's so much.
Checkered flag is in the air. Who's going to win it? Oh, trouble. Austin Dillon spins. Kurt Busch wins.
Oh, a hard hit. Oh, another hard.
I'm fine.
It's good to hear. It's Austin Dillon saying he was fine.
There's your winner.
Beat you in victory lane, baby. Wait for me, boys. Great job, Kurt. Well, great job, Nick and crew.
Voice of Stewart, spotter Bob Jeffrey. When everything around him is chaos. Oh, there it is. Contact. Austin Dillon turned into the middle of the pack.
Hold her straight. Hold her straight. Keep rolling if you can. Keep rolling here. Keep rolling.
The big wreck with 5 laps to go. Final corner at Daytona. Who's going to get here first? Regan Smith 7, Keselowski 22, Stewart 33, and contact! Smith turned around. Tony Stewart is going to win this race. And a terrible crash coming to the finish.
This is a big wreck.
Kyle Larson's car with the front end severely torn off. He's bailing out of the car. Part of that car did pierce the catch fencing shy of the start-finish line. You see some of the others involved.
Frequency of cautions at points in the race. This is one of those times.
There it is, turn 3. Brian Scott, Johanna Long, Trevor Bayne, and more. Ty Dillon.
Are we jump? Turn up pretty good, Kelly.
You see Sam Hornish on the outside getting a push from Trevor Bayne. It's like Sam tried to thread the needle. Not quite enough room over the front bumper of Eric McClure. And look what happened.
And it's tough to tell from that angle exactly who moved which direction, but yeah, 40 car made it through there. Yeah, we're going to get a good look here.
Sam trying to thread the needle and just not enough room.
He kind of got forced down there a little bit by the 70 car, you know.
Here comes Regan Smith to the outside. Logano moves to try and pick him up. Smith to the bottom. Vickers turned around. Who gets to the checkered flag? Here they come to the stripe while they crash behind him. Unbelievable. Who won? Casey Kane, I think, is the winner. All kinds of cars crashing behind them to the finish line. I believe the 5 got there by just a couple of inches, maybe the width of that front splitter.
Guys, I've never seen anything like that. I hope everybody's all right. That's the most spectacular finish I've seen ever.
You haven't called the finish yet.
20 Vickers, 11
against their Ford.
No trouble. Vickers around.
Yeah, this one's got damage now.
Bowman, Pastrana, Pappas,
Hardly.
and more.
Pastrana's car is destroyed.
All right, guys, we're done.
All that damage came from Max Pappas.
Somebody talk to me. What's wrong?
For the lead. 3-car. Oh, trouble.
Trouble, turn 4, hard crash. Jeffrey Earnhardt, 77.
Everybody behind you crashed.
24, Jason White. Travis Pastrana in the 60. And Robert Richardson in the 23.
I'm good. I'm good.
Make it to the middle of right, and there's a bump right there, Alan.
Contact and trouble again in turns 3 and 4. Brian Scott racing for the lead moments ago, and others involved.
All three Richard Childress owned cars together in that wreck right then.
Trevor Bayne.
It looked like Todd Dillon. I couldn't tell how much damage he got.
Check it out. I'm coming your way.
It looks like Trevor, just like you said, Andy, got aggressive.
Maybe Joe Nemechek, I haven't seen if he came out or not. But these are guys that are trying to make the race. Oh, we got trouble.
I think it's raining. It's raining over there.
It is raining on the back straightaway.
All over the racetrack.
What happened here?
Mike Bliss, one of those that broke free. You see the 97 of Joe Nemechek, and heavy damage.
That's Benny Gordon, the 91 car.
To Benny Gordon at 91 machine.
Just all of a sudden, it was
Richardson Jr.
Look at the racetrack.
Look at all the cloud burst, guys.
It's not even the whole backstretch. It's just halfway down the backstretch.
And there's the 55 of Ross Chastain.
Wow.
Just got that car this week. This guy, he's got trouble. He's got fire at the back of that car.
Did he? Cut it off and coast. Cut it off.
Oh, trouble back in the pack and into the wall. J.J. Yaley in the 28 gets turned around in the accordion. Tanner Berryhill,
Trouble on the front straightaway.
Cars into the wall. Ty Dillon's turned around and hits hard.
Right behind you. Going to be a lot of debris.
There were 4 wide coming through the tri-oval, trying to come through the tri-oval, obviously not that wide.
23's Carlos Contreras. There's Ty Dillon's car all torn up. Third place driver in the championship. Cale Conley again.
You all right? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Here we are. Keep an eye on the flagman as well.
They're not going to make it.
Oh, crash! And the red and black flag was out. None of them made it back, and on top of that, the big one right here in the tri-oval.
Holy cow. Remember, Landon Castle took off first. He's in it. Hard contact. There's Daniel Suarez. Blake Cook, the 8 car. Dale Jr. is able to drive through it.
In the season opener, like I said, in 3 hours and 20 minutes. And here's Kyle Busch, who says, there's 12 more. I really don't have to worry about.
Well, that's tongue-in-cheek. I don't think he's clapping for that. You see that Carlos Contreras, that black car in the middle of the racetrack right there was slow. And see Kyle Larson's
cars, you can get bumper to bumper like that, the faster that line's going to go. So
prior to today, the only place where big trouble. That's the rookie Suarez up and over Regan Smith, the big one at Daytona in the tri-oval.
42 turned us right there. All right, just stop, Daniel.
Scott Lagasse, window net is down, good for him. Suarez able to drive his Toyota to the garage.
Second car in just a few hours for that young man.
The guys have a chance to gain some momentum on them as this pack catches them.
They can't do this for 10 laps.
Eric Jones around, back across the field. The big one, part 2 at Daytona.
Yeah, they can't do this.
Stay high. Nice straight. Did anybody hit you there, Cal?
A horrific crash for Kyle Busch, who slid through the infield grass and went head on into the inside wall. And he is climbing from that car, and that is an unbelievable sight. Wow.
I mean, he hit that wall head on. It looked like he never even slowed down.
Signal to the drivers behind them that they're coming. Here we go.
There it goes. Daniel Suarez, Joey Gase, Ryan Reed, John West Townley, all involved as the leaders started to come down pit road. Brendan Gaughan was sideways on the pit lane. Oh, my goodness.
So unfortunate. These guys are having such a tough time getting to pit road today.
Ty Dillon, one of those that had issues.
The first time they came, Jeff, they were single file. That time being side by side in 2 rows. Someone just made a mistake coming to pit road.
Yeah, it's so frustrating for me.
Right here.
Up here.
That's Tab Boyd, the spotter for Joey Logano. Larry, what do you see here with 16 laps to go?
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Darrell Wallace Jr. around. Chad Boat into the wall. Ty Dillon, the championship leader, is in it.
Poor Ty Dillon, he just can't stay out of trouble today.
But he keeps that thing headed in the right direction.
Casey Kane involved.
Oh, all line for Casey Kane. Looks like.
Blake Cook got a piece of the action.
Chad Boat had pushed up into that top 10 as well.
Stripe. 10 laps of racing to go. And around goes the pack in the middle. Darrell Wallace Jr. gets caught up. The big one happens just as they go through the tri-oval. Back up into the wall hard, Brendan Poole. Eric Almirola caught up in this in the 98. The caution comes out.
Point it here, guys.
Chris Buescher, the point leader.
Back up here today.
Caught up in this incident. Blake Cook in the 8 involved. There's Brendan Poole.
Good to see that window net coming down. He had a hard hit, head-on impact. There was a big hit. Looking, he's going to have to go right, go left. Whatever lines build momentum, he's got to slow it down by trying to get in front of him.
And now up against the wall. He gets into the wall. Brian Scott trying to block into the wall. He goes. The caution comes out again. Brian Scott doing what you said, trying to slow the momentum down. Did it too late. Got hooked up. And into the wall he went. David Starr also involved in the 44. There's the damage to the 2. Such a dominant performance tonight. Led 84 laps.
Trying to roll back from pit road. We're tore up pretty good right side. Tore out of hell.
Forward start. Our pole man gets out there, but look at Brian Scott in the 2.
Already have trouble down in turn 1. 3, 4, 5 cars.
Oh boy. David Starr negotiates his way through pretty effectively there.
It's really tough from the driver's seat, especially on the start here. Dale, you know this, that you go down in turn 1, it's hard to pick a braking spot, so we'll see what happens.
Benny Gordon here in the 66.
Right to the bottom. This is what he has to do.
Oh. Allgaier sideways off the corner. Can he save it? Contact with Jones. Second caution of the day. Wow.
What just happened?
I think Poole tried to shoot down in the corner on those older tires and made contact.
Three of our 4 drivers involved in the dash for cash.
From now, Rick, so they're going to jockey very aggressively for position before the competition yellow.
Elliott's out.
Oh, the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. is going to go around. He catches the 48. The big one happens in front. 2 of Austin Dillon is collected. 3 of Ty Dillon gets through.
Definitely left front damage.
Brendan Poole involved in the 48. You see the 19 parts. Daniel Suarez, a win already this season. Austin Dillon, last year's winner in the Xfinity Series race on this 4th of July weekend.
This is everybody's fear at Daytona and Talladega, getting in a wreck. You didn't start it. You had nothing to do with it, but you get torn up. It is what makes Daytona so frustrating for drivers. It's so much fun to race here, so much energy, compelling to win, but it is so frustrating to get caught up in somebody else's wreck.
Justin Allgaier giving a shove to Eric Almirola, and into the wall goes David. David Reagan slamming into the wall.
Behind you, no caution yet. Outside.
Darrell Wallace Jr. quick across the inside wall. The caution has not come out. The race is still on. Justin Allgaier on the high side. Eric Almirola on the bottom of the racetrack. Coming at a turn 4. And the caution will come out. Now we'll have to go back to video to find out who was in the lead when the caution light came out.
What NASCAR does
was in line when they came to the start-finish line.
See Brendan Gaughan, the black and yellow car, missed the top of the S's.
Oh, around goes. Big accident. The 14 involved. Looks like Kyle Busch might have been at the front end of that. Tommy Dreese in the 14.
And this is so fast and so narrow, Rick. This is what happens. There's just no room. You see big damage on the 18 of Kyle Busch. He's going to go behind the wall. He's had enough. His day's done. The 11.
Elliott, he decided he needed to be on the bottom. That's a Chevrolet teammate. I mean, not a company teammate.
Oh, we got trouble. Tyler Reddick in the 42. That's Ryan Reed. Garrett Smithley through the grass. Spencer Gallagher gets a piece of it.
Oh, and they're still wrecking. William Byron. Kevin, you said it. Talk about mistakes on pit road, and look where that put Byron.
Yeah, you have to do everything you can to not make the little mistakes to try to avoid all this, because you never know when it's going to happen, and you're safer towards the front.
There's Spencer Gallagher with some serious damage.
Jeremy Clements. Saw at least 2 rookies involved in that. Cole Custer, Spencer Gallagher, both got damage. Now keep in mind, by NASCAR's new rules, if you can't drive your car back to pit road, you go to the garage. The 5-minute clock have met minimum speed, so their 5-minute clock is gone. Good news for them, and what a hard hit. Brandon Jones nose first into the outside wall.
Oh, man. That's a shame. Look at the cars. Brad Keselowski sneaks through again. Ryan Sieg's going to make it. But Brandon Jones, Daniel Suarez, Bubba Wallace. Look at Algire's car.
I'm going to tell you what, guys. That was a hard hit. Head on.
Wicked.
Couple hard hits.
Darrell Wallace Jr. sitting up against the wall.
Back bumper of that 88. And as soon as he gets there, it'll almost become dead air. And
oh, there it is. The best car we thought all day long in a bump drafting mistake just went into the wall.
Number of big cars taken out in what is our 3rd big crash of the afternoon. And among them, the dominator, Elliott Sadler, who had led 40 laps and swept the first 2 stages of this race.
I'm telling you, Michael, I think what is happening here is these cars are going down the straightaway. They're high. They're higher than they used to be because they don't have all that downforce pushing on the back of the car.
Early contact, made a pit stop at lap 9, dropped back to 30th, drove to 14th, now he's 28th, and here we go. Trouble on the track. 5 laps to go, stage 1, and the big one heading to turn 3 at Talladega. '21 of Daniel Hemrick. 24 of Scott Lagasse. Saw the 48 of Brennan Poole. A lot of damaged race cars.
Well, we've seen it. You can only dodge that bullet so many times. There's been a number of cars that have just been real.
1 lap to go. Stage 2.
Here comes the 3. They're 3 wide behind it. Back to the bottom here.
There goes Ryan Reed.
They're wrecking back there. Back to the bottom.
Martinois involved. Oh! Chris Cockrum, Cole Custer. Fourth caution of the day. And it comes out as we cross the start-finish line with 1 lap to go in stage number 2, and it's been his story all year. Cole Custer, wrong place, wrong time, damage, and likely done.
Byron back out in front.
William Byron with a great job of that side draft to slow the 16 down.
Hard into the wall goes the 33. He collects the 5 of Michael Annett. Caution comes out. Numerous cars get caught up in this one. Brandon Jones in the 33, Michael Annett in the 5, the 2 of Ben Kennedy, the 40 of Timmy Hill. Cole Custer with a lot of damage to the 00.
It just felt inevitable. There was just so much pushing, so much banging, no one doing anything wrong. They're fighting for their race team, their fans, their sponsor, but you can only get away with it for so long, and finally the pushes and the runs just became too much.
decided, I'm going to go for this win as well as they come to the overtime line. Oh, and wrecking behind them. The field, did they get to the overtime line before the caution came out? That will be the question.
Don't let them get to you.
William Byron was out front. The question is, did they get across the overtime line before the caution came out? We're hearing from NASCAR that they did cross. William Byron crossed the overtime line before the caution came out. William Byron is going to win this race, back-to-back wins.
Sam had to make the corner and slow that 22 car down. Daniel Hemrick almost got into the back of him. And behind, big trouble. A huge wreck going out of turn number 1. That has been a trouble spot all afternoon.
My goodness.
Regan Smith is involved in the green car on the left. Justin Allgaier, who just came off a pit road with fresh tires, he is involved as well.
Caution still hasn't come out yet. I can't imagine why. But you can see the battle for the lead right here.
Look at Allgaier getting drop kicked. Oh no, there they go. Spinner into the wall, Almirola. Larson out of shape. So is Chase Elliott. And the caution is out again.
We made it so far, Michael, but we just couldn't keep this up. Oh, and they're still hitting.
When we got the green flag, there were 32 cars on the lead lap. You knew there was a potential of this, and now we'll have a second overtime restart here at Daytona.
And Daniel Suarez comes out the survivor. Ryan Reed second right now. That's huge. Ryan Reed's going to go for 3 wins here at Daytona, and he's in a great spot to do it.
Look at the drivers up front, and this is all unofficial as things reset, but Suarez, Ryan Reed, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Truex, and Spencer Gallagher. Right now, that's what timing and scoring is showing as our...
I don't know if that really has much to do with it, Bubba.
I'm just trying to find any excuse.
But they're wrecking down the back straightaway here.
One wrecker behind you. Caution out. Caution out. One inside here.
Oh, and you see the 11. There you see the pit penalty got him in the back there and got him in this crash.
A couple of big hits right there, too. You see the 60, the 11.
That 60 was having trouble with a loose race car. We'll have to watch the replay here, but he had a loose car on the first stage for sure.
And 60, that's Ty Majeski. I think that's his second start, I believe, in the Xfinity series. And
you guys, you see here, you hate that, but we've all experienced it. You make that mistake.
1/1000th of a second.
Elliott Sadler, big run right there. You saw what he did.
Oh, around goes the 60. Austin Cindric wrecking in front of the crowd. Daniel Hemrick's caught up. Tyler Reddick, Cindric, barrel rolls.
See when you're done, Tomlin.
Lands back on his wheels.
Okay, Matt Tim trying to make a lot happen.
Joey Gase in the 35, sitting right up against the 60 now. Safety crews will get out to the attention of the 60, the 35. See Tyler Reddick, a lot of damage to that race car.
Trouble with the handling of the car. The 16 was in the back of him. Now there's no one with Elliott Sadler.
We got a crash. We got a crash and trouble here.
And behind them, they're wrecking. Ryan Reed involved. Ryan Sieg as well in the 39. And so the caution will come out again. The 00, Cole Custer.
We said it. It's just you start doing things you wouldn't normally do. And if you don't, you can't win. If you don't get aggressive and do things, block, side draft. Didn't need a pusher. He just accelerated and drove away from him. Oh,
hard into the wall already. The 7 and the 20. Two of the main contenders for the championship.
And Cole Custer, Cindric.
Allgaier got loose, got into the back of the 20. Allgaier into the wall. The 20 also major damage. Didn't even get through turn 2. You see Cole Custer, the focus on his eyes as he's trying to get back to pit road. Austin Cindric, so much damage to the 22. There's the damage to the 20 of Christopher Bell.
Copy.
The big one happens at Daytona. It was about mid-pack. Cars now sliding to a stop. David Starr is involved. Looks as though the 93. So Scott Lagasse Jr. I saw the 8 of Sheldon Creed right there. The 15 also.
Reddick's got control of the pace. Haley made a big move.
Didn't take long, and around goes the 1, and that into the wall hard. That's going to collect multiple cars behind him. Timmy Hill in the 66. Cole Custer in the 00. Numerous cars. There's Cole Custer. Michael Annett in the 1.
Annett had a fast car. Timmy Hill having a great night. It's coming to an end.
And look at all the cars stuck in the grass right now.
Several of these cars are in their second wreck for the night.
Gray Galding in the 08.
Can you get it fired up?
Chad Fincham in the 42 out of his car.
Let me tell you something. One time I had this guy drive my car at Dover and about flipped over, and the spring flew out of this guy's car and hit our pit box and broke a kid's leg. I don't remember.
I think I was involved in that crash. Yeah, you're the one that caused it. We crashed together. Yeah, Carl wrecked you, and I was the innocent bystander thinking they're going to wreck each other, and I'm going to slip up here and win this thing. Yep. Boy, I was wrong.
Your tire rubber marks were on my seat.